Hello, and thank you so much for joining me and sharing your practice with me today. I'm so glad that you took the opportunity to get on your mat and spend some time practicing being in your body in this present moment. It is such a gift. And as a extra special gift, we get to be here in the studio together. So I've really missed this space, and I'm sure many of you have too. And it's really wonderful to be back and flowing together. So for this practice today, it's going to be all about feeling really good. So full body flow. And just like always, everything that I say is just a suggestion, just an invitation. So you can take it or leave it. And if there are modifications that would make this practice work better for you today, do it. So you can start in a comfortable seat. And I like to start with a block underneath my hips. It just kind of lifts me up a little bit, allows the hips to open. So these first few moments are really about comfort so that you can drop into this present moment. So whatever position feels good to drop into this present moment of ease and comfort. So you can roll your shoulders up to your ears, exhale, release them down your back. Maybe let the eyelids flutter closed and just start to notice your breath. So notice breath coming in through the nose and out through the nose. Maybe noticing whether breath is choppy or smooth, deep or shallow, and maybe slightly elongating every inhale and every exhale. We're going to start to bring in some breath counting. So we'll do equal parts belly breath. So really make sure that the breath is coming deep into the belly on your inhales. And belly draws in toward your spine on the exhale. And you'll start to count the breath. So you'll breathe in for a count of 4. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can keep going, counting your own breathing in and exhaling for 4. One more time, one more breath cycle. And exhaling. Face is soft, body is relaxed. You can take a big breath in, sigh it out, and start to flutter your eyes open. So really reaching the crown of the head up towards the ceiling, getting super long all the way through the sides of the waist. And then exhale, drop your chin to your chest. Inhale, you'll roll your right ear to your right shoulder and just stay here. You can think about drawing the head of that opposite shoulder open and just really letting the top of the head melt towards the floor. Breathing in. Exhale. And you can stay right here, or you can reach that left arm out, thumb pointing down towards the floor, and then up towards the ceiling, and then down towards the floor, and then draw the back of the hand right behind your low back, keeping that head of shoulder drawing back, collarbone shining open. Breathing in. And then exhale, drop chin to chest, release that hand from behind your back if you took that version. Breathe in. Exhale. And then inhale, roll left ear to left shoulder. So you know where we're going, but taking your time getting there again. First, thinking of drawing that head of shoulder open, lots of space in the front of the chest and neck. Breathing in. Exhaling. And then maybe reaching that right arm out towards the side wall, turning the thumb towards the sky, towards the floor, rotating in the shoulder socket, and then draw the back of the hand right to the low back. Breathing in. Exhale. Another breath in. Exhale, drop chin to chest. Release the hand from behind your back. Reach both sides of the waist tall. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Keep the hips grounded into whatever you're sitting on. Reach the hands further. And then just think of tilting the heart up and back, extending through that upper back. Exhale, draw hands to heart and land at heart center. Breathing in. Exhale, let it go. And then from there, you can roll onto your hands and knees. We'll melt into your child's pose so you can get rid of any props if you took them. Reach the hands forward, big toes touch, hips reach back towards your heels, and just land the forehead on the mat. Breathing in. Exhale, sigh it out. You can stay here for as long as you like, or if you feel ready, you float yourself up to your tabletop pose. Hands right under shoulders, knees right under hips, and then we'll take some cat-cow tilts here. Inhaling, dropping the belly towards the floor, collarbone spreads. Exhale, round out the spine. So these can go as quickly or slowly as you like, moving with the breath, really filling the whole length of breath with the movement in and out. We'll take that one or two more times, just depending on the rhythm of your own breath. And then inhale, come back to center. Let's make some big barrel rolls with the chest. So on the exhale, you'll drop your heart down towards the floor. And then inhale, rotate the rib cage over towards the side, your right side body, up towards the ceiling. And then exhale towards the left side, down towards the floor. So that you can kind of get going, making this barrel roll with the chest. And just see what happens with your breath as you move. So don't overthink that too much. Just allow the body to do what it needs to use this movement to allow breath in and out. And then we'll take the opposite side. So again, inhaling, maybe drawing the ribs over towards the left, and then heart comes up towards the ceiling and down towards the floor. Just enjoying a couple more breaths. You can let the gaze come along for the ride and then come back to stillness. Really strong tabletop pose. Hands right under your shoulders. Draw your belly up towards your spine. Breathing in. Exhale. And then you can draw your left knee to the center line of the mat. Reach your right toes back behind you. And then we're going to stretch through the calf here. So you can draw the weight forward over the hands and then press it, heel back towards the mat behind you, just rocking through your calf. Breathing in and exhaling. And then come back to center, plant the hands really strongly, press through the big mound or the first finger mound there, and then lift your right leg up towards the sky. So toes pointing straight down towards the floor. You can stay right here or spin your left shin out. Stack the hips on top of each other. Reach your right arm long towards the sky. Breathing in. Exhale. Take up space in every direction. And then gently land your right foot at the back of the mat. We're going to float our way up to gate pose. So landing your right hand on your right leg. Reach left arm up and over. Big side body stretch here. Breathing in. And then exhale, pinwheel the hands back to the mat. Spin that left shin back in. Exhale, draw knee to nose. Press the back of the heart towards the sky. And then reach that leg back behind you. Land both knees side by side, cat-cow to wash that away. Inhaling. Exhaling. Let's take the opposite side. So you'll slide your right knee into center line. Really plant both palms. Reach that left set of toes back behind you. We get to press through the calf muscle, rolling through the bottom of the foot. We've been in snow boots for so long. Maybe this feels good to really stretch through the bottom, through the sole of that foot. And then you can come back to this really strong pose with the hands. Inhale, lift that left leg back behind you, toes pointing straight down towards the floor. Breathing in. Exhale, and then spin your right shin out. Plant right hand firmly. Stack the hips. Reach your right arm or your left arm long towards the sky. Breathing in. Exhale. One more breath in. And then exhale, you'll land that left foot at the back of the mat. Reach left hand down your left leg. Reach all the way through the right side body. Breathing in. And exhale, spin both hands back to the mat. Spin your right shin back in. Left leg is still reaching back behind you. Exhale, draw knee to nose. And inhale, get long again. Land both knees side by side. And we get to float to our first downward facing dog. So really plant both hands into the mat, tuck the toes, lift the hips downward, facing dog. So take your time here, maybe bending one knee and then the other. You can kind of look under one shoulder and the other, make it kind of messy and delicious. And then when it feels like the right time, you can come to stillness. So really pressing through both hands. Heels can be lifted, knees can even be bent here, or maybe you start to slowly straighten the knees and gently let the heels melt towards the mat. Breathing in. Exhale. Sigh it out. Heart presses towards the back of your mat. Breathing in. On this exhale, you'll bend the knees a lot. Look to the front of the mat and step, 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 or hop your way forward. Hanging here in your forward fold. Just take a moment here. Knees can be a little bit bent here. Arms just reaching towards the mat. Breathing in. Exhale. And then you'll slide the hands up to your shins. Inhale, long spine, halfway lift. Reach the crown of your head forward. And exhale to bow. From here, press through both feet. Inhale, reach your way all the way up to standing. Reach your fingertips up towards the sky. And exhale, hands come to heart center. Just noticing if you feel a little bit different already from when we started. And we're going to start to flow through 3 sun salutation A. So we'll take this first one a little bit slower, and then we'll speed it up 1 breath per movement. So from here, inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Knees stay a little bit soft. Exhale to bow forward. Inhale, long spine, halfway lift. We're here again. Little tiny bit of weight in the fingertips to press your heart forward. Back of the neck is long, chin tucked slightly. And then exhale to bow forward. Plant the palms. We step back to your high plank. Any of these high planks, you can always lower the knees to the mat or keep them lifted. Breathing in. Exhale, reach the heels, reach the crown of the head. Notice where your elbows are. Spin the biceps forward a little bit, and we're going to lower all the way down onto your belly. So rock forward, elbows bend to graze your sides, land on the mat. Tops of the feet flat on the floor. Inhale, lift the head and heart. Exhale, let it go. You're going to take that baby cobra one more time, or take upward facing dog. Slide the hands to the low ribs, tops of the feet flat on the floor. Inhale, lift your way up, upward facing dog. Breathing in. And exhale to downward facing dog. Breath in. Exhale, bend the knees, look to the front of the mat, step or hop. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, bow. Press through the feet to inhale, sweep your way all the way up, reach the fingertips. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Let's keep it flowing. 2 more of those, 1 breath per movement. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale to bow forward. Inhale, long spine, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back to your high plank pose. So you can lower to your belly, or you can draw the weight forward, lower down to elbow height. Catch yourself here. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just 1 inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, look to the front of the mat, step or hop. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, bow. Press through the feet. Inhale, sweep your way all the way up, reach your fingertips. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Land here for just a heartbeat, and then inhale, reach your arms up again. Exhale to bow forward. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, plant the palms. We meet in downward facing dog. So you can get there however you like. I'll rock forward, catch myself at elbow height. Inhale, upward. And exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to keep it moving here. So plant the palms really firmly. Inhale, reach your right leg back behind you. So you can take a moment here, really press into the hands, and maybe open that hip if it feels useful. Bend the knee, make it messy, and then come right to this paralleled hips pose. Toes pointing down towards the mat, breathing in. Exhale, you'll draw knee to nose. Hover here for just a moment. And then inhale, reach that leg back behind you. Exhale, draw knee to nose again. Step to the front of the mat. This time we'll lower that back knee down. Hands on either side of that front foot. So your back toes can be tucked or they can be flat on the mat. And you're just going to kind of rock back and forth here. So extending through the whole front of that left hip flexor. Breathing in. Exhale. And from here, you can keep that left hand planted on the mat. Inhale, reach your right arm long. So we get a little twist here, opening up, breathing in. And then exhale, land both hands. You'll tuck those back toes, lift your back knee. We're coming to your crescent lunge. Hands come up to the hips, breathing in. Exhale, sink deeply in that front knee. You can still see your big toe on the inside of your front knee, right angle there. Breathing in, exhaling. And then inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Just staying for one moment, feeling lots of length all the way through the front body. And then exhale, land the hands either side of your front foot. We meet in down dog. You can step right to it or step back. Maybe the right foot stays light. Lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll keep going with the other side. Inhale, reach the left leg up behind you. Again, you can get messy. Just work out some kinks. But then come right to that neutral hip position, toes pointing down, breathing in. Exhale, draw knee to nose. Inhale, reach it back behind you. Exhale, draw knee to nose, step to the front of the mat, back knee lowers down. So this first moment is just about exploring this lunge. Maybe lifting out of it, dropping back into it. Again, making sure this still feels good. You can always pad that knee with something if you need a little extra, like a hoodie or whatever's nearby, or folding the mat over. And then you'll plant your right hand. Inhale, we get to open up towards that left side. Breathing in, back heel stays pointing up towards the ceiling. And exhale, land both hands either side of your front foot. You tuck your back toes. We're coming to your crescent lunge. Feet are on railroad tracks. Float the hands up to your hips. Breathing in. Exhale. And then inhale. Reach your arms all the way up towards the sky. Imagine that feeling coming from the center of your body, reaching up. And then exhale, land the hands. We meet in down dog, so go through that flow or just step right back to it. I'll step back, keeping my left foot light, lower down, catch yourself at elbow height. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in. Exhale, bend the knees, look to the front of the mat, step or hop. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, bow. Press to the feet. Little bend in the knees as you inhale. Reach your way all the way up. Exhale, hands come to heart center. So hanging out here in your mountain pose for just a few moments, letting the heartbeat settle. Breathing in. Exhale, maybe release the hands by your sides. Feel all four corners of both feet pressing into the mat. We're going to add a little balance in this next round through these lunging flows. So really feel what it feels like to have both feet pressing into the earth. And then slide your weight over into the right foot. Maybe gently lift your left toes. And then land them back down. Slide your weight over into the left foot. Gently lift your right toes. Okay, so we stored that into our muscle memory. It'll be easy later, and we'll keep it flowing. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, long spine, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms. We meet in down dog. You can step right back to it or step back to your high plank. Really feel that if someone took a picture, they would see a really strong, long line. Rock the weight forward, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Don't worry, no one's taking pictures of you. I'm the only one on camera here. So inhale, reach your right leg back behind you. Exhale, draw knee to nose. Inhale, reach it back behind you again. Exhale, draw knee to nose. Step that right foot to the front of the mat. We'll take this twist here. So land the left hand. Inhale, reach your right arm. Breathing in. Exhale. Okay, listen carefully. So first, feel both feet really firmly planted into the earth. Make sure they're on railroad tracks so then when we lift up, you'll have some steady base. And then imagine this right hand lifting you upright. We get this open twist. So the heart lifts up and twists open towards the long edge of your mat. Breathing in. Exhale. You can stay right here, or you can take that right hand, land it on your left leg, Reach left arm up toward the sky. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhale, come right back to upright. And then we undo our twist facing the front of the mat. Regular old crescent lunge. Press into your right foot. We're going to float our way up. Draw your left knee into your chest. Breathing in. Exhaling. Another breath in. And then on the exhale, we're going to come to our warrior three pose. So you'll reach your left foot back, reach your hands forward, balancing here, breathing in. Exhale. One more breath in. Exhale, gently land that foot at the back of the mat, reach your arms up, plant the palms. We meet in down dog. Step right to it or step back with the right. Lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in. Exhale, sigh it out. So take your time here. Let the heartbeat settle. Make sure it's still feeling really good. And then when it feels like the right time, you can inhale, lift that left leg up behind you. Exhale, draw knee to nose. Inhale, reach that leg behind you again. Exhale, draw knee to nose, step to the front of the mat. We're here in this low lunge again. Plant your right hand on the mat. Inhale, reach your left arm long. We get this twist again. So it's important to think of that back heel. Make sure the back heel is pointing up toward the sky. It doesn't want to tilt open. So this twist is coming from the middle body. Breathing in. Exhale. So again, solid base. Really think of the feet pressing away from each other while the inner thighs are drawing together. Take that left hand, lifts you right upright. Upright twist. Breathing in. Exhale. Heart lifts and twists open. Stay right here or land your left hand, reach right arm up and open. And then exhale, comes all the way to center. So undo that twist, heart faces the front of the room. Sweet relief, right? Then we press into that left foot. Press into that foot, draw your right knee into your chest. We're balancing here. So really firmly grounding through all four corners of that standing foot. And we come to our warrior three, reaching that right leg back behind you. Hands reach forward. Think of taking up so much space in both directions. One more breath in. Exhale, gently land that back foot. Arms reach up towards the sky. Land the hands either side of your front foot. We meet in down dog. You can always just step to it or step back. Lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in. Exhale, let it go. Another breath in. Exhale, bend the knees, look to the front of the mat, step or hop. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, bow. Press to the feet. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up. And exhale, hands come to heart center. Breathing in. Sigh it out. We'll take another moment here just to breathe in stillness. Noticing the heartbeat, noticing how the body feels, making sure it still feels really good. Maybe, hopefully a little bit better even than when we started. So from here, you can draw your big toes together, a little space between the heels. We'll sink the hips back. So Utkatasana. If that position doesn't work for the feet, you can have the knees separated. I personally like to have the knees touching because I can feel this kind of solid base there. And then reach the arms up to either side of your ear. So heart is really bright. Hips are sinking low. If you take a peek down, you can still see your big toes on the insides of your knees. If not, draw the hips back. Breathing in. Exhale to bow forward. Inhale, long spine, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms. You guessed it. We meet in down dog. Going through your flow, stepping back. Lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. From here, you inhale, float the right leg up behind you. Exhale, draw knee to nose, step to the front of the mat. You can spin your left heel down for a warrior one. Draw way back on the right hip. Float the arms up to either side of your ears, breathing in. Exhale, land hands either side of that front foot. Spin your back heel up. Reach your right leg back, lower down. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, float the left leg. Exhale, draw knee to nose, step to the front of the mat. Spin that back heel down. Inhale, float your way up. Warrior one, deep bend in your front knee. Another inhale. Exhale, land the hands. Spin that back heel up. Step back. Maybe left foot stays light as you lower. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in. Exhale, bend the knees. Look to the front of the mat. Step or hop. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, bow. Big toes come to touch. Hips sink low. Inhale, Utkatasana. And exhale, come to stand. Let's add a little bit on to that sun salutation B. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, sink to your Utka. Inhale, lengthen through both sides of the waist. Exhale to bow forward. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, bow. Plant the palms. We meet in down dog, stepping back. Lower down. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, inhale, reach your right leg. Exhale, draw knee to nose, step to the front of the mat. Spin that back heel down. Inhale, reach your arms to either side of your ears. Really draw back on that right hip. Sink deeply in the front knee. Your back toes can be at any angle. Don't think they need to be parallel to the back of your mat. So if turning the toes forward a little makes this more accessible, then do that. And then from here, you can reach the hands back for a bind. If the hands don't meet easily, a strap or a sock can be helpful. Keep that deep bend in the front knee. Lift the heart a lot. Big open chest. This is the opposite of texting asana. And then exhale, you'll bow forward. Heart comes right to that center line of the mat. Hands can reach up behind you, breathing in. Exhale. Another breath in. Exhale, land the hands at the low back, then release the bind. Spin that back, heel up. We meet in down dog, pressing the hands, stepping back, lower down. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward facing dog. From here, inhale, float the left leg. Exhale, draw knee to nose. Spin that back heel down. Warrior one. Hands reaching to either side of the ears. Deep bend in that front knee. And then gently come to that bind. Again, strap is totally not cheating. Make sure those back toes are at an angle that works for you. Maybe switch to the opposite bind, the one that feels weird. Lift the heart and exhale, bow forward. Hands can come to any height. Breathing in. Exhale, release the hands back to the low back, then release the bind. Land the hands either side of your front foot. Spin your back toes, your back heel up. And we meet in down dog, stepping back, lower down. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hang out here for a moment, breathing in. Exhaling, letting it go. From here, you can inhale, float the right leg up behind you. And then you can bend that knee, letting the foot drop over towards your left shoulder. Big opening in this hip. Breathing in. Exhale. And then draw that knee back to center. Draw knee to nose. Hover here for a heartbeat. And then step that right foot to the front of your mat. We're coming to your warrior two, so you can spin that back heel down. Reach left hand forward, up and over. Warrior two. Deep bend in that front knee. That back hip tucking under. Reaching fingertips forward and back. And we can take a moment to dance here. So land that back hand on your back leg. reach right arm up and over. Keep that deep bend, knee drawing forward. And then exhale, spin your way, side angle pose. Not much weight in that bottom arm. Think of this as a twist, letting the belly button face the long edge of the mat. Breathing in, exhaling. And then inhale, coming back up right here. From here, you can straighten your front knee and turn all the toes towards the long edge of the mat. Lift the heart. We get a wide leg forward fold towards the floor. Breathing in. Exhale. Inhale, lift yourself halfway up. Exhale to stay. Inhale, lift all the way up, and we'll turn all the toes towards the long edge of the mat. From here, back heel lifts, front knee bends a lot. We come down to this lunge. We get a lizard lunge here. So lower your back knee. Top of the foot can be flat on the mat. That front foot can spin open. So you're on the pinky toe side edge, and then lower the forearms to the mat. You can stay lifted up here if that feels more accessible to that hip. You can use your right hand to press that knee away from you if you like. Breathing in. Exhale. We get to spend one more breath here. And then tuck the back toes, lift that back knee, draw your front knee back to midline, plant the hands. We meet in down dog. Maybe this is a good time to skip that flow, just stepping back, or you can lower down. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in. Exhale. And then from here, inhale, lift that left leg up behind you. You can bend your knee, make some big circles with your left knee. Breathing in, exhale, and then inhale, knee comes to center all the way to your nose, step to the front of the mat. And again, we get to spin that back heel down, reach left arm, right arm forward, up and over, opening up to your warrior two. So again, that deep bend in your front knee, reach the fingertips forward and back toes pointing towards the long edge of the mat. And you can land the back hand, flip the front palm, reach up and back, exhale, spin your way forward, side angle pose. You can use that bottom elbow to press into the thigh and get that spinning open feeling. Breathing in, exhale. And inhale, lifts your way all the way up, straighten the front knee. This time, you'll point the toes towards the two long edge corners of your mat. Sink the hips low, horse pose. Hands resting on your knees. Lift the hips, or lift the heart, and exhale. You can spin your left shoulder to the inside, the inner line of your mat, center line of your mat. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, spin your right shoulder, center. Inhale, lift up. If that felt good, you can do it again. Exhaling. Inhale, lifting. Exhaling. Inhale, lift back to center. Straighten both knees. Turn all the toes towards the short edge of your mat. And then we'll sink into that low lunge again. From here, lower your back knee, top of the foot flat on the floor. We get this hip opener. So maybe walking your left foot out slightly, spinning to the outside edge of that foot, and then sinking onto the forearms if that feels accessible to you. Breathing in. Exhale. Let it go. Gently crawl your way back upright. Draw your left knee back to center. Tuck your back toes. We meet in down dog. Last flow, probably. Lift that back knee. Reach your left foot. You can go right to down dog or lower down. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward facing dog. And right from here, lower the knees. Big toes touch. Knees can be spread far apart. Sink to child's pose. Breath in. Exhale, let it go. You stay here as long as you like. And if this feels really nurturing for you, no need to move at all. Otherwise, you can float yourself up to your tabletop. Again, we'll take thread the needle pose. So you can plant your left hand into the mat. Inhale, reach your right arm. And exhale, slide that hand between wrist and knee, landing on the back of your right shoulder. Left hand can press into the mat. Maybe it can reach up towards the sky and wrap, but only if that adds something to this experience for you. Notice where the breath has to go when you're in this deep twist. Maybe use the breath to find space and to deepen. And then you can inhale, reach that left arm. If you took that variation, plant the palm, reach right arm back up to the sky, untwisting, and then land both hands side by side. Take any movements that you need here to wash all of that away. Maybe a cat-cow, maybe another child's pose. And then back to that neutral tabletop pose. Right hand lands, inhale, reach left arm. Exhale, slide your hand right between wrist and knee. Right hand presses into the mat. And then inhale, reach your right arm up and wrap it behind you. If that adds something to your experience here. You can inhale, reach that right arm again, land the hand on the mat, reach left arm open, untwisting. Land both hands side by side, maybe a cat-cow if that feels good. And then gently start to crawl the knees forward, cross the ankles, roll onto your back. You're going to plant the feet, reach your hands forward, and lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, splash. We'll take Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees splaying apart. Maybe one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Letting yourself melt into a puddle. And then from here you can reach down, close the knees like a book. And we'll take a bridge pose. So if a restorative bridge feels really useful to you here, you can just place a block underneath your low back. Otherwise, you can press the feet into the mat, lift the hips, wrap one shoulder and then the other. Knees pointing straight ahead. Make sure there's a little space underneath the neck. Breathing in. Exhaling. Another breath in. And exhale, release the bind of the hands, lower the hips back down onto the earth. You can draw both knees into your chest. You can lower your left knee, reach right leg up towards the sky and cross ankle over knee. Maybe take that right hand, press your right knee away from you. Maybe rock back and forth. You can reach down and draw your left leg in towards your chest, using the right elbow to press your knee away from you. Figure 4 pose. Breathing in. Exhale, sigh it out. Gently land that leg, that foot back on the mat. Reach your right foot and land both feet side by side. And from here, you can reach your left leg up towards the sky, cross ankle over knee. Take your time. So taking that left hand, pressing left knee away from you. And if it feels useful, draw your right thigh into your chest. As much as you can let the back, the head and neck be released down onto the mat, the better. So if you find yourself kind of crunching up like this, maybe just let that foot drop back down to the floor and focus on pressing the knee away from you with the hand. We want this this phase of our practice to be about more of a restorative kind of vibe. So allowing the poses to do the work rather than you doing the work on yourself. Again, always using the breath, finding space on the inhale, finding a little bit of release on the exhale. And you can gently land that foot. We'll take an inversion, so really simple, just reach the legs up towards the sky. Take a look at the toes. Letting all of this work, all this energy run back down towards heart center. And then exhale, draw knees into your chest. We have just a few moments for poses if you'd like to take them. I'll lead you through a spinal twist, but if you'd rather just start setting up for your Shavasana now, that is totally fine. If you're coming along for the twist, you can reach your left leg down the mat, land your right foot, step the hips just slightly over towards the right, and then take that right knee and drop it over across the body, reaching right arm by your side. Maybe let the eyelids close. Noticing where in the spine you feel all of this. And stay for as long as you'd like. Exhale, let it go, and then inhale, draw that right knee back into your chest. Extend it down the mat, draw left knee into your chest. Step the hips over towards the left side of your mat. And then let that left knee drop over towards the right side. Extend the left arm long, spinal twist. Breathing in. Exhaling. Another breath in. Exhale, releasing just a little bit more. And you can inhale, draw that knee back into center. Land both feet on the mat. Just separate the feet mats width distance apart. Let the knees drop together. Hands rest on the body. Knee knocking pose, resetting the spine. And you can extend both legs long down the mat. Let your arms rest by your sides. Starting to set up for your Shavasana. So sometimes in the home practice, this is the least appreciated moment, but maybe the most important. So stick with me. Let's really take the time to enjoy this Shavasana. Just a few moments to yourself to really integrate all of the benefits of your practice. Noticing what happens to the mind when there's less physical sensation to focus on. And be really friendly and gentle about that. Encouraging the mind to stay right here. Maybe feeling the parts of the body that are resting on the floor. Maybe again noticing that natural rhythm of breath. The feeling of breath coming in through the nose and out through the nose. Muscles of the face are soft. Belly inflating with breath and drawing towards the spine with exhale. Noticing if you can touch that sense of peace. You can enjoy one more long breath in. Sigh it out. And gently wiggle the toes, the fingers. Touch each fingertip to your thumb. Gently roll over onto one side, fetal position, and press yourself up to a seat, maybe keeping the eyelids closed the whole way. Landing in your seat. You can draw your hands to heart center. Keep the lift of the heart as you bow your head. And flutter the eyes open. So the fingertips are the first thing you see. You can lift your gaze. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. The light in me bows to and honors that same divine light in you. Namaste.